Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was Cheated and Became Red Dragon of Remnant Part 9. Before we start, please go support ZBX6779 for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. Part 22. Bonding. Braig was giving Volley a tough time, both were still getting used to their new powers, and the dragon gods watched the battle. Issei was on a date with his 6 lovers, they went to see a movie, then had lunch and spend the rest of the day doing anything they wanted. Purah, Winter and Raven lost their magic, as did Crow. The Branwen twins can't turn into birds anymore. Crow was the most upset about it because now he only has his bad luck semblance. He went to the brother gods and begged them to exchange his semblance for magic. He gave them every reason to do so, and after hearing them, they granted this request. He can use magic like other people, he has aura but no semblance, and he's happy. He practices and he's gotten really good at it. Raven is kind of jealous, but lets it go seeing that he's happier than he ever was. He can spend time with friends and family. Azazel is no longer worried about Issei after seeing how happy he is now. He's gotten his strength back and his biggest achievement yet, even though it was pure luck. Freeing Draig and the hosts from the boosted gear, he's constantly asking Issei about the seal. Issei drew it on a piece of paper, and Azazel added it to the massive pile of research he'll be doing. Ajuka told Issei that the pawn pieces removal will take some time, to which Issei has no problems with. Ajuka, Azazel, Pietro Polendina, and other top scientists in Atlas are sharing the knowledge they possess of their respective universes, the laws of physics from fundamental to quantum and more. Those poor scientists are overwhelmed but very curious nonetheless. The brother gods freed Jin and Ambrosius, but let them keep their powers. With Ambrosius helping Azazel and Ajuka, they created a portal between the 2 dimensions, and it was stable. They went back and forth. Immediately they started testing if the technology of Remnant would work in the DXD universe, both in the underworld and human world, and vice versa. They started growing the dust crystals in secured places such as in secret labs for testing, the Dragon Mountains in the underworld, and some even in heaven. Issei was training with Draig, and it turns out that even without the gear, both can use the powers of the boosted gear, including the ones they took from the dividing gear. John and Ren called Issei and told him that they are going to Beacon with Osban. He wants to go back and help Glinda. Team rwby, Irina, Cinder, Kuroka, Volley and Issei's parents are going too. They want to see the place that Issei loves. Draig flies Kuroka, Cinder, Osban, Blake, Weiss, JNPR and Issei's parents on his back. Everyone else flies beside them. They reach Beacon and the nostalgia hits like a brick. Glinda, the staff and students are running outside to see them. They finally recognize RWBY, JNPR, Osban and Issei to some extent. It was a good reunion. Osban told Glinda that it's over, Salem is no longer a threat. The staff and students are amazed to see Draig, Ruby in her dragon form and others too. Introductions are held, a tour and a celebration. It's been a few months since the end of the war, but people can't help themselves. Team SSSN and CFVY see their favorite teams in Issei again. They all got along really well. Coco couldn't stop talking about how well she and Seraphil got along. Volley dropped the bomb about who she really is. Coco nearly lost her mind when she finds out that Seraphil is a devil king. Everyone asked Issei how he still feels tired every now and then, but much better overall. All his parents, Irina, Kuroka and Volley are given a tour of Beacon. Sun sees Kuroka and wants to ask her out. Blake immediately pulled him to the side. Sun. Hey, what gives? Blake. Take a look at this first. She shows him her wallpaper of Adam's burning head on a branch. Sun's eyes widen in fear. Sun. That's fake. Right? Blake. No. Sun. Gulp. Blake. You're a good friend, Sun, but not someone I trust to date my sister from another universe. I only trust Issei with her. Sun. Okay. Ouch. But can I ask out the girl with the twin tails? Blake. Nope, that's Issei's girlfriend. Sun. Then how about Cinder? Blake. Nope, she's with Issei. Sun. Wait, what? Blake. He's dating those 3, myself, Ruby and Yang. It's a consensual relationship. Sun. Excuse me a second. He walks towards Issei and raised his hand. Issei. Sun. Don't you dare leave me hanging. Issei. Okay. He gives him a high five. Sun cries tears of joy. Sun. Sniff, you're living the dream of most single guys. We're so proud of you. He cries for real now and his team carried him away. Everyone's sweat dropped. Blake facepalms. During the celebration, Ren and John pull Issei aside and ask him for his opinion. Issei. What's up, John? Dude, Ren and I are going to propose to our girlfriends and we have different ways to go about it. Issei. Nice, and do tell. Ren. Either we could do it during the celebration here or afterwards. Issei. In private. John. Ren. Issei. Take them to a place which means a lot to you and them. Make sure no one is around so they aren't pressured to say yes. This is a big moment between you two and your girlfriends. Start it off by doing it the right way. Ren. Genius. John. The rooftops, Purah and I spent a lot of time. But we started our relationship on the training grounds. Ren. The forever full forest for Nora and I. Issei. Remember to do it at different times. It's weird to celebrate the same anniversary date. John. He's got a point. I think the rooftop is more romantic. Ren. Agreed. The celebrations began once more, Nora and Ren danced like lovers, and as did John and Purah. Issei was cornered by each of his lovers, they took turns dancing and sneaking in a kiss here and there. His parents saw the whole thing. Weiss danced with Neptune, but Sun managed to dance with her too. Volley was just enjoying the atmosphere until Weiss made him dance with her. Some people were giving the death glare to Cinder, but Issei put his arms over her and embraced her from behind. He flares his aura a bit and everyone gets the message, do not touch her or even look her the wrong way. A lot of people were jealous of Issei when they see 6 women giving off the I love you vibe. After the party, everyone was having dinner and walking around. Ren and Nora went to the forever full forest and they see dust crystals growing there, they reflect the moonlight. Nora. Wow, it's even more beautiful than before. Ren is right behind her and gets down in one knee. Ren. Nora. Nora turns around, gasps. Ren. Nora, Valkyrie, will you marry me? Nora. Yes. He puts the ring on her finger and they share a kiss. Issei and Velvet are hiding in the shadows or she's taking pictures. No flash. Velvet gives Issei a thumbs up and they leave, but not before Ren and Nora become a bit too passionate. Issei and Velvet leave, John and Purah were training the new students and they asked the two to continue training them tomorrow. The next day, the two finished another lesson and are considering becoming teachers here. They are on the rooftop and John proposed. John. Purah, will you marry me? Purah. Yes. Velvet is secretly taking photos without the two knowing. Issei flies her down safely. RWBY and the others saw this and asked what's up. Velvet showed them the pictures and they squeal. Issei's and Velvet's ears hurt. Irina. They are so cute together. Weiss. Congrats to them. Irina. Don't you think this was a breach of privacy? Issei. Yes, but they love these photos. Great work, Velvet. Velvet. Thank you. Yang. The lighting, the timing, the quality, you're a damn good photographer. Velvet. It's my hobby, I enjoy it. I'll send these pics soon. Issei. Thanks. She walks away. Issei. Don't tell JNPR. Hiroka. We won't. Blake. Say Issei. Issei. Yes. Blake. Can we go to menagerie soon? I want my parents to know about us. Yang's and Ruby's family already know about them dating you and us too. Issei. Sure, just hope it goes as well as Raven, Crow and Tai took it. Flashback. Raven. You better be good to her, got it. Crow. You hurt either of my nieces then not even Drake can't save your scaly tail. Tai. They love you with all their hearts so you better love them equally, if not more. Issei. I have no ill intent. There's no line I won't cross to keep them safe. Tai. Looks like we have come to an agreement. End of flashback. Issei. Or better, I hope. Hiroka. Are you sure it's okay for all of us to go? This is something you two should do on your own. Blake. It's fine, they should know the whole thing. Plus I want them to meet you too. Yang. This is gonna be fun. Issei. They fly there the next day, again, the people freak out seeing another dragon with 4 wings. They land in the village, Gira and Kali walk outside and see Drake, Issei, see his parents again, Blake and others. Safe to say that they were at a loss for words, they are happy to see Issei looking so much better, everything was all smiles and laughs until they finally get to the point. Issei was not only dating their daughter, but 5 more at the same time. Gira was about to tear him apart. Gira. I'm glad you recovered, Issei, but timing my daughter is going too far. Blake. Dad, stop, we all agreed to be in a relationship with him. Gira. What? Issei. She's telling the truth, sir. I would like your blessings to continue dating her. Holly and Gira are happy to see that he's asking for their permission. Gira. Tell us something first, can you really protect her? Issei. Blake, please show them your wallpaper. She shows it to them and their eyes widen. Issei. That's Adam's head. I know it's not appropriate, but you should know that there's no line I won't cross to protect those I love. No one is going to hurt her or my loved ones, no matter what universe they come from. Holly. About that, are you really from a different universe? Issei. I am. I think it's time you all know who I am and what I am. Issei, Irina and Kuroka tell them about their universe, the mythologies, species, and how things work including polygamy. They are visibly overwhelmed. Issei. I'm sorry for keeping it a secret from you when you welcomed me into your home. I hope you can forgive me and I'll do what I can to make it up to you. The two take a deep breath and look at each other, then towards Blake, whom is being supported by her team, Irina, Cinder and Kuroka. The two cats are really close. Gira. Very well, I approve. Holly. As do I can't wait for little kittens running around. Everyone cheers, Issei and Kuroka turn red. Gira and Issei shake hands as they see eye to eye. Gira. You got taller. Issei. Thank you. Holly. So Blake, you and Kuroka look so much alike. We noticed it back in Atlas, we didn't want to make it awkward, but I'm just too curious. Weiss. They are basically alternate versions of each other in my opinion. Irina. Both have illusion abilities. Holly. Really? Kuroka. Yes ma'am. Blake, let's show them our teamwork. Blake. You got it. Issei. When did this happen? Ira. When you were comatose. Issei. Oh. They walk outside. Yang. This should be good. Ruby. Should we get the ice dust? Just in case. Weiss. Already on it. Cinder. Oh no. Volley was outside and saw the two walk past him grinning. Volley. Oh boy. Blake. Weiss, use your semblance. Weiss. I hope the village can recover chief. Ira. What? Weiss dons her armor. Weiss. Drag mine boosting my power. Boost transfer. Weiss is now ready, she charged at them, sword swing after swing, kick after kick, she even used her time dilation on herself to move faster, but even then, the two moved in sync, they dodged most of her attacks, but when she accelerated the effective time on herself, Weiss became far more formidable. Blake used the ribbon on her weapon to move Kuroka out of Weiss's attacks, and vice versa. The two look like professional acrobats because of their synchronized yet fluid motion. Their illusion abilities are just making things more difficult. Weiss's slash attacks did ruin the land a bit. After she exhausted her power, her armor disappeared and the two just stand there. Kuroka. You can't defeat us Weiss. Weiss. I know but she can. Yang. Balance break. She dons her armor and Weiss tags out. Kuroka. Blake. Yang. Cat got your tongue. Blake. Kuroka don't hold back. Kuroka. Wasn't going to. The three are going all out, Yang is hanging in there, but since her armor isn't like Issei's, it's not as durable, so Kuroka's and Blake's attacks do some damage, Yang took it head on and actives her semblance. She punched and the two narrowly dodged the flaming fist, the fire turned into a pillar of flame and went straight towards the sea. Greg. Enough. The two cats are holding each other and their teeth are chattering. Yang deactivated her armor. They see that there's some damage done to the village. There's a few fires and Weiss puts them out. Issei. Those two really are alternate versions of each other. Ira. I agree. Holly. What you're saying is I have two daughters. Everyone looks at her then towards Kuroka, she doesn't know how to react, Blake immediately hugged her and has a huge smile. She brings her to her parents and Kali just hugs the two. Holly. Welcome home Kuroka. Kuroka's eyes widen as she's feeling a mother's love which she hadn't felt in so long. Gira sees how happy Kali and Blake are to have her here and admits that it's wholesome. He placed his giant hand on her hand. Ira. Welcome to the family. Now she experienced the love of a father for the first time, she couldn't help but feel emotional, everyone backed away to give them a family moment. Kuroka. Sniff thank you. Mother father. Issei was smiling, she got a family like she always wanted. His smile became a sad one, he walked away and started helping with repairs, Volley helped him, and as did the villagers. Irina saw his sad smile and will talk to him about it. Later, JNPR announced the engagements, and everyone congratulate the two couples. Kuroka and Blake stayed in Menagerie for a bit, the two newly engaged couples are going to Argus to meet John's and Pura's families. They are having a huge family celebration, and John's sisters are already coming up with baby names. Issei and Nora exchange a glance, they didn't forget their bet. They leave Team JNPR in Argus and head to Atlas. It was late night and Issei was talking to Azazel via call. Azazel. Issei, we created a big stable portal between the two dimensions, and it's super stable. We're getting the schematics for all their tech and we've already shared our knowledge with them, we're testing if our universal laws apply here too, a lot of them sure do. And these crystals, aura and semblances are just so unique. Thank you for turning my spark of curiosity into a raging inferno. The call ended. Boru. Hey Issei, you remember all the SCP stories? Issei. Yes. Boru. Azazel created that trend. Issei. That makes complete sense. Hahaha. He's definitely part of the O5 Council. The Grigori is definitely the factory. They get back to Atlas, it's nighttime and everyone is tired, Drake is enjoying his freedom. Even Ruby changed back to human and is napping on his back, before that, she was asking Irina about her beliefs in heaven, she's taken quite an interest in it. Upon reaching Atlas, everyone goes to their respective homes, Issei stayed awake and flies around for a bit, he goes to Mantle, and is close to the prison where the 11 are. He's tempted to go inside and tear them a new one, but the memories he made with them are making him have mixed feelings. He lands and is about to enter when Irina pulls him away. Irina. Don't you dare. Issei. Irina. You're not still in love with those girls are you? Issei. No not at all. Irina. Darling talk to me, I saw that sad smile you had in Menagerie, what's going through your mind? Issei. I need to see them. I want answers. Irina. Issei. No. Just stop. Now isn't the right time. Issei. Sigh, okay, let's go. Irina. Okay. They fly away, the 11 felt their presence, and what hope they had for a brief moment is gone as fast as they flew. Issei and Irina fly to Atlas, and he sits on the edge overlooking the land. The scarred land is a permanent reminder of his rage. Irina sat next to him, but he's so quiet. Irina. Let it out. What are you thinking about? Issei. How everything changed as Azazel and Ajuka created a stable portal between the universes. They're currently exchanging knowledge and technology. Irina. That's great. Ruby is planning on joining Heaven's side. Issei. Good for her. Did the gods of this universe create a heaven and hell? Irina. Yes, it's different than ours, so Lord Michael is helping them upgrade. Issei. Upgrade heaven or hell? Irina. Both. Issei. Hehe. Of course. Irina. What are you thinking about? Issei. Everything. Does the pain ever go away? Irina. I don't know. Issei. I've tried to let it all go, the anger, pain. But it's still there. Irina. If only we could go back. Issei. I've killed people. I have a really sadistic side now. I nearly destroyed Remnant because of my anger. All the fear and rage I suppressed finally made me snap. Irina lays her head on his shoulder. She holds his hand using both of hers. Irina. You'll be okay, you're getting better, the curse has slowed down. Issei. But it's still there, I still need this cane. Irina. Not for long. Issei. Kuroka has a family now, maybe she doesn't need me anymore. Irina. Yes she does, she needs you and wants you just like the rest of us, don't you dare start thinking like that. Issei. But I'm not the Red Dragon Emperor anymore. Irina. I'm talking about you, not the gear, not the armor or the power you. Issei. Why? Look what I did to you when we finally saw each other after so long. I tried to use my dress break on you just to satisfy my hexual desires. I didn't ask how you were doing or anything an old friend should, and you were so disappointed to see that I turned into a devil. It was a horrible time for you, then you were attacked by Kakabiel and nearly died. He only let you live to send a message. Irina. Issei. Issei. I don't like my mind right now, stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. Wish that I could slow things down. I wanna let go, but there's comfort in the panic. And I drive myself crazy, thinking everything's about me. Yeah, I drive myself crazy. Cause I can't escape the gravity. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on to so much more than I can carry. I keep dragging around what's bringing me down. If I just let go, I'd be set free. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? You say that I'm paranoid, but I'm pretty sure the world is out to get me. It's not like I make the choice to let my mind stay so bucking messy. I know I'm not the center of the universe, but you keep spinning around me just the same, you all do. Why? Irina. Because we love you, you big goof. You don't have to be afraid anymore because we won't even think about hurting you. We love you. I love you and you don't have to say it back right away, say it when you're ready. You don't have to carry the burden anymore, you did your part and more. You never took on more than you couldn't handle, and you did none could do before. You can rest now and let us handle the rest. No need to feel paranoid, just relax. You've earned it. He smiled, seeing that she's right. He did his part and more. It was enough. Both universes are now at peace. Issei. How did I even get along without you all this time? She blushed. Issei. You know, I wished we stayed in contact. I definitely would have fallen for you a lot sooner. I wouldn't have been such a degenerate either. Irina. It worked out for the better, just wish you didn't have to suffer for it. She caresses his giant hand. Irina. You're practically a giant now, your voice is deeper, it's soothing. You even have a beard, you look really handsome with it. Issei. Thanks, 2.5 years in Remnant, 2.5 years since I arguably abandoned everyone back home including you. Irina. You didn't abandon us and it's only been a little over a month back home. Issei. I'm sorry, I should have done something other than running. Irina. Issei, when we came here you nearly impaled your heart using Ascalon, seeing the 12 pushed you that far, and it hurt. She pushed him down and he's on his back, she sits on top of him. Irina. Promise me you won't do something like that again. Issei. I won't. Irina. Promise. He embraced her and covered her using his wings. Issei. I promise. She lays her head on his chest, it's hard because of the scales, but she's happy to hear his heartbeat. Irina. We're going to take the place in your heart where those 7 once were. Issei. You can't do that, Irina. She lifts up her head and looks at him with concern. Irina. Yes we will. Issei. You didn't let me finish. The place they once held in my heart is just about gone. You, Kuroka, Cinder, Ruby, Blake and Yang will have a place of your own. You deserve that much. She silenced him with a passionate kiss, he could have sworn that he felt her tongue trying to force its way in. They locked eyes, then lips once again. It was becoming a bit intense when Issei saw her wings flicker. He stopped and Irina figured out why. Issei. Sorry. Irina. It's fine, we'll find a way around it. Issei. I hope so. Hey, when I was comatose you and Kuroka got along really well with the others. Tell me the story behind it. Arena. Sure, well the main reason behind it is you obviously. When you were unconscious, we took turns visiting you and when visiting hours were over, we sat together. Team rwby, JNPR and others already knew about us. They told us about Salem then the relics, that's how they knew Kuroka and Blake just bonded right away, there are a lot of similarities we share too. Annie is really friendly and we spend time together, Yang, Ruby, Cinder and even Neo wanted to stay by your side Cinder, and Neo admitted to their mistakes, they were used. Just like you were. Issei. It's why the three of us have an understanding. We know the pain of being a slave, how we were manipulated, how we wanted to be strong, even though our reasons differed. Just glad it's over now. Arena. Anyway we started sharing stories about our adventures, our battles and more. Yang and Ruby told us about your baddest moments, how you were happy here, but also scared, you were afraid of holding a child. Issei. It reminded me of Ria's and the others we wanted a family. It's a bitter memory now. Arena. You know about their punishment, right? Issei. Yeah I should have just let Ria's marry Riser in the first place, cause clearly my efforts went to waste. Arena. You still hate them. Issei. Oh yeah, Rainer stabbed me in the gut, but Ria's, Akeno, Kiba and Kaneko stabbed me in the back way before she did. How well. Nothing I can do about it now. So what else happened? Arena. Well let's see. The 12 were forced to stay away from you except for Asia because she can help with healing. Their powers have been sealed away. Issei. What about back home? Arena. Sona and her peerage are looking after Kuo, Mitsuda, Motohama, Aika, Murayama and Caddis miss you. We've been hanging out a lot, but I couldn't tell them the truth about who or what we really are even though they deserve to know. Issei. I felt homesick every now and then, I missed you guys too, and I wanted to come back when I was doing better, but then Salem was causing havoc, and I felt like it was my responsibility to help. I couldn't just sit by and do nothing. Arena. And you saved so many lives, if you weren't there, then there's no way to tell how things would have played out. We know the Kakabiel would have killed us, Loki would have brought Ragnarok upon us if you weren't there. There are just too many possibilities. Issei. I'm just happy everyone's alive and well. Arena. And we're happy that you're alive. Issei. I really scared you, Mom, Dad and everyone else. Arena. To hear your heart stop if it wasn't for the dragon gods, then sniff. Issei. Hey don't cry. I'm here alive and well. There's no way I'm going out like that, I have so many reasons to keep on living. You, Mom, Dad and everyone else. I'm not going anywhere. Arena. Good. Issei. Did you notice the similarities between the people of Remnant and the fairy tale stories we heard when we were kids? Arena. Yes though I was the only one. Issei. Osbin is the Wizard of Ounces. Salem is the Wicked Witch, well Professor Glinda Goodwitch is so obviously the Good Witch, Lionheart was a former headmaster turned traitor is the Cowardly Lion, Ironwood is the Tinman, Crow might be the Scarecrow, but he's smart. Cinder is Cinderella in a way, Blake is the Beauty, and Adam Taurus was the Beast, but there's no happy ending there. Ruby is Red Riding Hood but with a side. Arena. Weiss is Snow White, Yang is like Goldilocks, but can and will hurt you, there are even a connection to the Norse mythology. Nora Valkyrie, enough said. Issei. Oh you should have seen the smile she had on her face when I told her about Thor and the Valkyries. She fantasies about being a secret love child between the two. Haha. Arena. Wait till she actually meets the real deal. Issei. Yeah. Let's go to bed, it's getting late. They went to his house and Mantalan went to bed in each other's embrace. Issei. Good night, I love you. Arena. I love you too. The next day, the brother gods created a small grim pool on some new land in the ocean. They spread out slowly and the people are ready for them. They also called in the Xiaolong, Yatsuhashi, Calavera and Ark family members, the brother gods told them who Salem really is. Hi. What? John. She's our ancestor. Salem. Maria. I did not see that coming. Yatsuhashi. So we were fighting against our own family. Ruby. So all of us are related. Yatsuhashi. Yes we are Ruby. Yang. You stabbed me granny. Salem. I know and I'm sorry. Yang. And you tried to seduce my boyfriend. Everyone looks at her and then back at Salem who was barely able to make eye contact. Die. Okay moving on. John. A lot our family members died in the wars that you started. Salem. I know I killed my own family for years and didn't even know it. Ruby. Would you have stopped if you did? Salem. Of course I would have. By God. Enough, we absolved her of some of her sins because it was my brothers and my arrogance that caused Remnant to fall apart. Our God. But there are some choices that humanity has made that did some damage too. You know it is true. They all agree. People are creative and destructive. By God. But we will make it right, all of humanity will be given a chance to see their loved ones once more for a short time, to gain some closure, but you must use it wisely, you shall also get your chance Salem, and should those whom you wish to see forgive you, then you shall be free. Same for Ozma. Ruby. I can't see mom again. Yang. I don't think so Rubes. Salem. I see my daughters I can apologize to them. Sniff. By God. Once everything is back to normal, we'll give everyone that chance. Would you all like to spend some time together with Salem and Ozma, considering that you're all family? John's sisters walks up. Saffron. I think it's a good idea, our families are together so let's get to know each other. Our God. Salem is no longer immortal, no powers, and no longer affected the grim fluid that she tried to drown herself in. She has no ill intent so it is safe. John. Good because if she tries to hurt anyone then she'll get no mercy from us. Yang. You got that right cousin. By God. Calm down you two, we'll personally make sure she doesn't harm anyone. Maria. Looks like our family isn't so small after all. I'm so proud and happy to know that. The four families get together via portals made by the two gods and get to know each other. The Ark family has higher numbers and the other three are low in numbers, but it was still a big party, plenty of humans and a few Frannas here and there. Osmond was over the moon to see this and so was Salem. They both finally feel happy again. When Osmond got to hold Adrian, he felt like a grandpa and same for Salem, she was scared to hold him and the bit malice coming from some family members was scaring her, but Osmond calmed her. Adrian also chose to be held in her arms, he's grown up quite a bit, he's walking, talking, and soon he'll be in preschool. She apologized to everyone about her actions and there were mixed feelings. The brother gods told them that she's owned up to her mistakes and that they also did the same. Overall, it went well. John's sisters are so happy to see that Yang and Ruby are family members and that John is getting married soon. Purah was losing her mind after seeing how big the whole family is, some are showing off semblances. John, Yang, Ruby and Tai are the strongest as humans, but when Tai activates his semblance, they think he's won, but that's until Yang shows off her powers and Ruby turns into a dragon. John. Quite the crazy family right Purah. The surprises never stop. Purah. Here's another one. Bring it in girls. John. His sisters bring in a large cake and lot of party poppers with some smoke flares. Adrian has his eyes on the cake. John. Honey what's going on? Purah. Pick one of the smoke flares. John. Is this what I think it is? Purah pulls out a pregnancy test. It's positive. John. Yeah. He lifts her up in her arms and it gets everyone's attention. John. We're gonna be parents. The family cheers. Tai, Yatsuhashi, Maria, Yang and Ruby congratulate the two, even the brother gods do that, they snap their fingers, and Nora, Ren, along with others appear. John and Purah pick up a smoke flare and ignite it. Blue smoke. John. It's a boy. Finally the Ark family have a boy on the way, the brother gods enlarge the cake as the remaining smoke flares and pop the party poppers. It's a full-on celebration. Osmond. Our daughters created quite a legacy. Salem. Yes sniff. They did and I nearly destroyed it. Osmond. But you didn't you couldn't. Be happy about that. I am. Salem. Why are you so kind to me after everything I did? Osmond. Sigh I don't really know maybe I still care. Salem. I'm sorry. Osmond. It's in the past now, enjoy the moment while you can. We're not getting any younger. Salem. Haha. You're not wrong. Osmond. There's the laugh I missed. They watch as the celebration continues, John's parents are so proud of him and already call Purah their 8th daughter. The guys are having a friendly drink while the girls are talking about baby names, clothes, planning a baby shower. John's dad is telling him what to do in different scenarios. John is writing it all down. Ren is also memorizing it. Back on the girl's side. Nora. Fearless leader is going to be a fearless dad. Yang. You might to take another look Nora. The girls look at John who is starting to tremble, he's scribbling random nonsense as he's starting to sweat, he can't utter a single word as the shock of becoming a father finally hits. He falls backwards and the guys lift him up. Issei. Should have given him a stronger drink. He said as they make John sit on a chair. Issei creates some ice, crushed it and put it down his back. John. Cold with ho-ho. He gets up and scrambles to get the ice out. A few laughs here and there. Crow gives John a stronger drink to calm his nerves, but a smile never left his face. John. I'm going to be a dad. Ren. Congratulations, John. Issei. Way to go bro. John. Thanks, guys wow. In the following 4 months, John and Purah got married. General Ironwood retired and Winter is the new general. She offered John to become Special Agent John like she once was, he accepted and started soon after his honeymoon. Weiss is now in Aesop. Ren and Nora get married too. Both ceremonies were beautiful. Issei turned into a full-blooded dragon, Office and Great Red are teaching him how to change back to human. He's slowly learning it. He can alter his size like Tannen at least. Asia is about a month away from giving birth. Issei later told Azazel and Ajuka about his idea about turning the empty dust crystals into teleportation crystals. One only needs to focus on the location and a portal would open, no magic power is required. The two once again loved his idea, he even let them study the magic he took from Salem. The brother gods finally see things calm down and announce their latest gift to humanity. Everyone suddenly hears a chant in their head which they can't forget. Neo was one of many to use her only chance as there's only one person whom she misses. Issei was there to support her. She speaks the chant and a holographic figure of Roman appears. Roman? Huh? Neo? Is that you? Neo? Hey Roman sniff. Roman? Neo, your voice, I finally get to hear it. It's just what I imagined it would be like, it's perfect. You got a little taller too. Neo? Haha sniff, thanks. It's good to see you again too. I miss you. Roman? I miss you too pipsqueak. Well, you're not a pipsqueak anymore. Are you eating well? What's happening around Remnant? Neo? A lot happened in the past few years since I lost you. Sniff, but yeah, I'm doing great. I've got a family by bond now. A good honest job and we beat Salem. Well, Issei beat Salem. Roman? Who? Issei. I'm Issei. Nice to finally meet Neo's big brother figure and a man with style. Roman? Likewise Issei. So are you two dating or something? Neo? No, he's like a brother to me. Issei. And Neo here is the mischievous little sister I never had. Roman, I'm sorry I couldn't save you from that, nevermore I tried, but it was too late. Roman. Wait, you're that guy with the red-caped girl who fought us on the airship. How is Little Red? Issei. Yeah, I'm that guy and she's a full-fledged huntress and my girlfriend. Neo. He has 6 in total and they all chose to date him willingly. Roman. You haha respect, just don't add Neo into your harem. Issei. She's already family and I'm not into incest. Hahaha. Roman. Hahaha nice. Hey Issei. Issei. Yes. Roman. Thanks for trying to save me, I appreciate it. Issei. Sure Roman, I'll leave you two alone. Issei walks away but isn't far away. Roman and Neo look at each other. Neo. I really wish you were here. Roman. Me too Neo. Tell me how you're doing. Neo. Well. Sniff. I work in a cafe with Mercury and Emerald who are currently dating, Hazel who is dating an Ace Ops and Cinder who is also dating Issei. The 5 of us have it pretty good. I did some things I'm not proud of and hurting Issei is one of them, but he forgave me and Sniff. He's like a caring big brother just like you were. He's also from another universe. He and many others. He alone beat the brother gods, Salem and another guy named Volley. Great Red, Volley, Drag and Office fly by. Neo. That's Great Red, Volley, Drag and Office. 2 of them are the dragon gods and Drag is one of the heavenly dragons. The other one named Albion is within Volley. They are strong enough to kill gods. It's been pretty crazy here. Roman. Wow, I missed out on quite a bit. Neo. I have so much more I want to say to you, but we have so little time. Sniff. She completely breaks down and cries. Roman instinctively hugs her and to both their surprise, they can physically touch each other. Roman hugs her tightly, Neo cries on his shoulder and he runs his hand over her back to comfort her. Roman. Neo, you'll be just fine. This is a part of life and now I can rest easily, knowing that you have people whom you can call family. You've grown up so much and I'm so proud of you. Also, my old hat looks great in you. Neo. Sniff. Thanks. Roman. Hey Issei, you two better take good care of each other. Issei. You have my word. Roman. I wish we could have ice cream together one last time, but alas I have to go. He's slowly becoming blurry. Neo. No. No. I want you to stay with us, be a part of our family. Roman. Farewell Neo. He starts to fade away. Neo. No, please stay, don't leave me again, don't leave me. Roman backed away with a smile on his face and disappeared. Neo started crying her heart out. Issei picked her up in his arms and she hugged him. She cried and cried. Issei sat down and covered her using his wings and tail. He gave her the warmest embrace. After quite a while she stopped crying. Issei. You want to go get some ice cream? She nodded. Issei got up and flew her to the nearest ice cream parlor. It's empty. They entered and sat in a booth. The menu was already on the table. Issei. You want to order the Neapolitan? She nodded. He raised his hand and a waiter came and took their order. Issei ordered the same thing. In 5 minutes they got their order. Neo was eating so slowly that it was starting to melt. Issei. Hey. She looked up at him. Issei. Tell me about him, I want to get to know him from your perspective. She cracked a smile and she started sharing stories about how she was growing up alone until he found her, how the first thing he bought her was Neapolitan ice cream, how she became his protege and became siblings in crime. She ate more frequently as she shared stories about Roman. She eventually took too big of a bite and got a brain freeze. Issei couldn't help but laugh. She punched him in his scaly arm and it stung a bit. Neo. Ouch. Issei. The ice cream in this universe is really good. Neo. What kind of ice cream do you have in yours? Issei. Too many to keep track of. How about I take you to my hometown and you can try them all? Neo. Gasp really? Issei. Sure. We have so many flavors. Neo. Awesome, but now I kind of feel guilty about making the video. Issei. The one you sent to Salem. It's water under the bridge. Neo. Not that one. Issei. Neo. It's a video I made of you and the girls. Issei. Neo. Making out. Issei. Stop. Neo. Well, I pleasured. Issei put his hand over her mouth. Issei. Zip it, I do not need that image in my head. He removed his hand. Neo. Oh, I thought guys loved that kind of stuff. Issei. I'm not among them. I don't have a sister complex, I'm not like nevermind. Back in the DXD world, Serafal is out with Coco and Sona. Serafal sneezed. Sona. Are you okay? Serafal. Oh. My little Sona is worried about her big sister. She hugs her with an iron grip. Coco. Oh. Sona. Help me. Coco. Nice knowing you. Lol. Back in Remnant. Neo. Like whom? Issei. If I tell you then you'd drown. Neo. Gulp. Also Blake asked me to send the video to her. Issei. For research, no doubt, Sai, as long as she's happy. Neo. She also said that if I wanted to join you guys next time, then I need only ask. Issei. Oh bloody hell, this is a catastrophe. Neo. Don't you mean catastrophe? Issei. Nice one. Of Team rwby. Blake. Internal screaming. Yang. Ha. Ruby and Weiss just ignore them. Issei and Neo go to his house, and Neo is now part of the family, they even had dinner as a family. Issei was still slowly recovering from the burnout. He started training a little bit. One day Azazel and Ajuka show up. Azazel. We got good news. Issei. Yes. Ajuka. We figured out a way to remove the pawn pieces without any serious effects. Issei. That's great news, but there's a small catch. I just know it. Azazel. Not really, you're just going to lose the boost the pieces usually give and no more promotions. Kuroka is gonna help out too. Issei. I can live with that. The three go to the Grigori, and Issei finds out that the time rate is now equal in both universes. The pawn pieces are successfully but painfully removed. The power of the dust crystals that Issei infused and created were used along with Kuroka's sage magic. Even though it hurt a lot, he never stopped smiling throughout the process. He felt the loss of power, but the freedom he suddenly felt, the freedom he longed for, is priceless to him. Kuroka also got her pieces removed safely. They couldn't help but cry tears of joy. They kept their pieces. He and Kuroka went back to Remnant. They are in Atlas and Issei flies her to his house. His parents are probably out sightseeing. Issei pours her and himself a drink. Kuroka. A toast to freedom. Not going to go to hell because of our former master's bullshit. They raise their glasses and drink. Issei can already feel the burning sensation in his throat, and so can she. Issei. Bad idea but worth it. Cough. Kuroka. Yeah, cough. Issei. Hahaha, we're free now. What do you want to do now? Kuroka. This. She pulled him in for a kiss, he reciprocated, and they started making out. The bottle and glasses are knocked over. They are on top of the table and Issei folded his wings around her. The making out was getting intense, and they fell over. She's on top of him, she's pinned his arms to the side. Kuroka. Looks like I'm on top. Issei immediately turned the tables on her. Now he's on top, he didn't pin her arms like she did his, he just looks at her, she's blushing red, her heartbeat is fast, her chest is rising and falling as she takes deep breaths. Her hair became undone and covers her face a bit. Her kimono is next to become undone. She expects him to look at her body, which she doesn't mind, but finds that he's looking into her eyes. She blushed even more as her face begins to burn up. Issei brushed her hair off her face. Kuroka grabbed his hand and made him caress her face. He did the same to him as she felt his beard. She looked into his eyes. He's so different now but still the same. Their tails intertwined as they moved in closer, their eyes closed and their lips connected. This kiss is of love, not lust. After 10 seconds they separate, but Issei doesn't stop. He nibs on the tip of her ear, and a small purr is heard coming from her. He whispers in a deep voice to her. Issei. I love you. Kuroka couldn't help but feel euphoric. Kuroka. I love you too. He kissed her again, and then he kissed her on the cheek, then on her neck. She inhaled deeply as he did it just right. He was so gentle and loving. She dug her nails into his back, or tried to at least. The scales on his back were too tough. He then continues to go downwards. He kissed her shoulder, her collarbone, but stopped. Kuroka slowly undid her kimono, and her heartbeat was a bit faster now. He could hear it, and if it goes any faster, then it might beat right out of her exposed body. Issei. Are you sure? She nods. Kuroka. I'm all yours. Issei. As you wish. He created a piece of ice and put it between her breasts. She inhaled sharply as the cold ice touched her bare warm flesh. He used only one finger to move it to her abdomen. He picked it up and let a cold drop melt into her belly button. Her eyes widened and she exhaled a breath she didn't know she was holding in. Kuroka. More. He placed the ice back onto her body and moved it to her lower abdomen. Her abdominal muscles twitch, and then he slowly moved it back up. He reached her breasts and moved the ice on them. She moaned as the ice touched her sensitive nipples. They hardened because of the cold. He moved it up to her lips, and she ate the ice. It was so small now, because her hot body melted most of it. Issei kissed her and felt the heat of his lips on hers. He took off his shirt and their bodies connected. She absorbed the heat from his body. He lifts her up, he's not going to make love to her on the cold floor. He takes her to his room bridal style, and he puts her on his bed. He was about to continue, but suddenly Kuroka's ear twitched and there's a knock on the door. The two snap out of their little trance. He growls while she groans. She covered herself with a blanket and Issei puts on a shirt and takes a few deep breaths to calm himself. He opens the door and it's Ironwood with a whole case of the finest wine throughout Remnant. Ironwood. Greetings Issei, I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Ironwood looks at Issei whose hair is messed up and lipstick marks on his face. Ironwood. It seems that I apologize. Issei. Sai come on in. They enter, Issei sets 3 glasses on the table. Kuroka joined them after she fixed her hair and outfit. Ironwood. Shall I pour the lady a drink? Kuroka. Thank you. He pours her and Issei a glass of wine. They share a drink and it's awkward. Ironwood. I would like to start by apologizing to you both for ruining your moment. I'm sorry and I'll do anything to make it up to you. Issei. You brought wine and it's a kind gesture. Thank you. Kuroka. It really is delicious. Ironwood. I'm glad you enjoy it. Issei. So what brings you here Mr. Ironwood? Ironwood. Issei we haven't spoken ever since. Issei. You used my own bone marrow to create a tranquilizer while I was injured and used the lamp to find out who I am. Yes, I'm aware. Kuroka was digging her claws into the table. Ironwood. Again, I apologize, fear of the unknown gets the best of me and I can't help it. The good news is that I won't make that same mistake ever again since I retired. Issei. So what are you doing nowadays? Ironwood. I'm a shareholder in the SDC now and I'm an advisor to General Schnee when she wants or needs it. The council is still trying to process the recent events. Kuroka. Who has taken up her old position? Ironwood. That would Mr. Ark, or should I say Special Agent Ark. Kuroka. Sounds like a spy movie protagonist haha. Issei. You're not wrong. Ironwood. Can't believe that he's going to be a father soon. Just a few years ago, he and others were just kids training to become the next generation of huntsmen. Time sure flies. Issei. That we can agree on. Ironwood. Weiss is now an Aesop just like I knew she would Issei. Issei. Yes. Ironwood. Back in Beacon, we made a deal and it involved you, Team rwby and JNPR going back to Beacon, but you never did, not that I didn't want you all there, but I'm just curious is all. I mean no disrespect. Issei. Well to us it didn't matter which academy we went to, as long as the 9 of us were together, we were happy wherever we went, we stayed in Atlas because we were needed there, it was more practical anyway, we were able to gather the relics, protect them, and the people needed more than just the Aesops considering the political issues at the time. Ironwood. I see, thank you staying and saving Remnant. Issei. No problem but a piece of advice Mr. Ironwood. Ironwood. Yes. Issei. Please don't be offended, but do send a message ahead of time, interrupting a dragon is one way to get yourself burned. Ironwood. I understand. Anyway, I must get going, thank you for having me here and again I hope you can forgive me for my transgressions. Issei. I can under one condition. The Grim Lands, let the Faunas have it. One small continent isn't enough. Ironwood. I'll tell General Schnee right away. Take care Issei, Miss Taojo. Ironwood leaves. Kuroka. Did he really do that to you? Issei. Yes but it's in the past. Let's leave it be. Kuroka. After everything you did for him and Remnant. Issei. I kind of get it if I was in his position and someone powerful just showed up, I'd want answers too, especially when said person can do what I can. Kuroka. You want to pick up where we left off. Issei. Here in the moment, if he showed any other agenda, then he would be currently in the Grigori being turned into a full cyborg to save his life. Kuroka. Damn. Issei. Yup. Kuroka. PFT hahaha. Issei. What? Kuroka. My lipstick is all over your face hahaha. Issei looks in a mirror. Issei. Proof of love, I'm not embarrassed. Kuroka. I'm going to mark you all over one day. Issei. By all means, but let's go tell the others about the pieces being removed. Kuroka. Sure. They call everyone and share the news, it's a full-on celebration as everyone has some wine. Issei continues his meditation with Kuroka and Vine. Blake is learning sage arts too and is slowly getting the hang of it once she understood the concept. Issei also trained himself to use the powers of the dust crystals. It took quite a bit of concentration to use the raw elemental powers, so he needs a way to use it with great control and speed. He lost his concentration during a session and looked around. Kuroka, Blake and Vine had the same mediation positions, but different hand signs. Issei has an idea. He used different hand signs for different elements. A combination of hand signs will lead to a different outcome regarding power, control, etc. He started off small. He walks over to a boulder, and the others hear his footsteps. They open their eyes and see his perform a few hand signs. He takes a deep breath, and everyone expects a fire breath, but Issei unleashed a turret of water. The pressure was enough to crack the boulder. Fine. How did you do that? Issei. A new technique, using hand signs to manipulate the dust powers within my body. It's easier to memorize than to constantly concentrate and focus the powers using sheer willpower. I used a water-based technique. Maybe Atlas Tech can develop gauntlets what can release dust using the same method. Fine. That's quite creative and efficient. I'll tell General Schnee right away. He immediately contacts her and shares the idea. Issei does the same and calls Azazel. Just when his excitement was under control, he became overexcited again. Azazel. Ha, I'm going to modify my arm. Crow. Issei, what have you done? There's the sound of people panicking, Azazel laughing and an explosion. Looks like someone dropped some fire dust. Issei ended the call as he hears the other fallen angels scream as Azazel goes crazy again. He can practically hear them curse, both of them. Blake. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Issei. I owe him a lot. He's the reason I was able to beat Volley when we first fought. He was always there for me and my former team. This is my way of repaying him. Crow is there too. Kuroka. That poor guy gets to see Azazel go nuts. Fine. I wonder who will create the best dust gauntlet, Atlas or the Grigori. Blake. Both recently shared their knowledge and will most likely try different methods. Fine. They might even make suits of armor for all we know. Issei. They would. Fine. Also, we have good news. General Schnee has agreed to your request to let the faunas have the unnamed continent, but other than dust, the land is quite barren. Issei. We can fix that, leave it to us. In the following month, the Grimland was inhabited by the faunas. Michael came and cast a few spells that made the land feudal. There's water, sunlight and plants growing. The dust crystals are used as way to earn, but the cave is considered to be a sacred place, and as soon as they saw it, they felt a spiritual energy there, and a rite of passage came to be. One must meditate inside to discover their true self. One day, Asia's water broke and she's taken to the hospital. Gasper, Riser, Serg, Saji and Kiba are brought to the hospital. Serziches himself made sure that they stay by her side. She's in so much pain, and Issei was outside. He didn't like hearing her scream and cry. Well, the five failed to comfort her. He entered the room and ignored the five. He placed his hand on her head and she opened her eyes. Asia. Issei. Breath, Asia, just breath and push. Asia. The pain. Issei placed his hand on her belly and she grabbed it. Her grip was strong because of the pain. Issei extended his tail and wrapped it around Riser's arm. Divide. Transfer. He took away most of her pain, and Riser was down on his knees before he could ask what he's doing. He made him feel her pain. The others tried to help him up, and as soon as they touched him, they felt the pain too. Gasper fainted. They tried to let go, but Serziches binds them together. Serziches. Why should she be the one to bear the pain? One of you did this to her and you are married to her, so share her pain. They look at him, then to Asia, who is no longer in pain. She's much more relaxed and can focus on giving birth. After 14 minutes, she gave birth to a girl. Doctor. Congratulations, it's a girl. The doctor cleans up the baby and handed her the infant. She has a tuft of brown hair with some blonde strands mixed in. Her cry is the only sound they can hear. The four are still silent, but they slowly get up. Gasper finally wakes up. Serziches. Perfect timing, Gasper. Issei. Pigment in skin and hair can change over time. A DNA test is the best way to determine whom the father is. Serziches. All five of you are ordered to take a DNA test. They obey. The doctor isn't confused at all. He takes the five to get a DNA test after taking a sample from the baby. Serziches went with them. Asia comforts her daughter and she stops crying. Issei puts his hands in his pocket and finds a pack of cigarettes. He's tempted but puts it back in his pocket cause the smoke isn't healthy for Asia or the baby. He just sits quietly in a chair. Asia. Thank you for coming. Issei. Sure. Are you in any pain? Asia. No. I'm okay thanks to you. Issei. What are you going to name her? Asia. I thinking Aurora. Issei. It's a nice name. Asia. Issei. You might want to note the date and everything. Asia. Yeah, I'd ask if you want to hold her, but it would just be insult to injury. Issei. Appreciated, but you and the father should be the first to hold her. I'm not going to take away a crucial moment from Aurora here to bond with her family. Asia. Understand I still think about what we did to you. Issei. Stop, don't ruin the day of your daughter's birth. Look at her. Asia looks at her daughter who looks towards her. Issei. She's your kid, she needs you now and always will. Focus on raising her right and the others better do their part, otherwise it's not going to be pretty. Asia. Can we start over? Can we please be together again? Or maybe siblings or something? Issei. Asia, where do I even begin to explain? Our relationship was weird, sometimes we were like brother and sister and other times we were like lovers. It was so damn strange. Asia. Sniff, you're right. Issei. Maybe we can be old friends or something. Asia. I like that. Issei. But only you, I don't really care much about the others. Asia. Okay, sniff. I can't force you to forgive and give us another chance. Issei. Glad we can agree on that. The five along with Surzich's come back. Surzich's. The DNA test will come back in 20 minutes. Issei. I see. I'll be on the roof. He goes to the roof of the hospital and smokes a cigarette or a few. Issei. It's been a while since I smoked, it's not that calming anymore. He burns the pack to ash. Once the time is up, he goes back down and here's the test result. Neo, Irina and Cinder are there with flowers. Surzich's. So here's the result. Neo. Let's do it the Mori way. Issei. Hahaha. Irina. I like how you think, Neo. Surzich's. Hahaha, you know about it. Cinder. Yes, Issei told us about the show. I like the idea of it. Surzich's. Then care to do the honors? Cinder. Go for it, Neo. She takes the test results and the five sweat dropped, they are scared and Gasper is shaking. Neo. In the case of Aurora Argento Riser, you are not the father. Riser falls to his knees and Asia mumbles thank heaven under her breath, but some still heard it including Riser. Neo. Irina, you're up. Irina. In the case of Aurora Argento. Kiba, you are not the father. Kiba breathes a sigh of relief, the nurses nearby are holding in their laughter, so is Surzich's. Neo looks at Gasper. Neo. Really hope you're not the dad. Gasper. Ouch. Neo. In the case of Aurora Argento, Saji, you are not the father. Saji. Damn. Irina. In the case of Aurora Argento, Gasper. You are. He passed out again. Neo. Not the father. Cinder. Aurora just dodged a bullet. Issei. Still a wimp. Asia was secretly happy that Gasper is also not the father. Serg. So I'm her father. Issei. Obviously. Say hello to your daughter, Aurora Argento Bale. He walks over to Asia and holds their daughter. Serg. Hey sweetie, I'm your dad. She grabbed his finger with a good grip. Issei stood behind him. Serg turned around, sees Issei turn into a dragon twice his size, clearly he's mastering his transformation. He then lets out a growl and then spoke. Issei. You better be a good husband and father, if you're not, then I'll be the last thing you see before I end your meaningless existence, do I make myself clear? He put the end of his cane to Serg's head, they all look at him, and then at his hand, his finger is on a small concealed trigger. It's not just a cane, it's a gun. He shrank himself to normal size, he turned around and walked out of the room, Surzich's followed. Cinder. Congratulations, Asia. She looks just like you. Neo. You and your daughter can eat for free at the cafe for a full week. Asia. Thank you both. They nod and are about to walk out. Asia. Neo. Neo. Yes, Asia. I failed him, please look after him. I don't want anyone else to lose him. Neo. I promise, Asia. Take care. Asia. You guys too. Issei and Surzich's are talking in the hall. Surzich's. Are you alright? You didn't have to come here. Issei. Yes, I did, us dragons still have the need to protect her. It's just who she is and we can't help it. Surzich's. Right, I'm going to go bring the others here. They should meet Aurora. Issei. I know. Surzich's. You still hate them. Issei. I'll confront them when I'm ready. Now that the little one is finally here, are the now 13 going back to our universe? Surzich's. Once Asia regains her strength, she's been really weakened. Issei. Right, take care, Surzich's. I have a date with Cinder. The two ladies appeared. Issei. Speak of the Fall Maiden and she shall appear with Neo as a happy surprise. Cinder blushed. Neo smirked. Issei. Where's Irina? Cinder. Planning a baptism, I think she called it. Issei. Oh. Smart move. Surzich's. I'll let you two go on your date now. Come Neo, let's go try more of that delicious ice cream, I can't get enough off after I handle the others. Neo. You had me at ice cream. I love the Neapolitan ice cream. Cinder. Cannibal. Issei. Looks like you can still burn someone without the maiden powers. Cinder. I can do more than that. The two of them leave and walk by a storage room. Cinder opens it, they enter and lock the door from the inside. Issei. What are you doing? Cinder. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. Lemon skipped, please consider reading it on website. Cinder. That was amazing. Issei. I'll say. Wow. Cinder's prosthetic eye picked up the silhouettes of Ria's and the others entering the hospital. They walk right past the storage room, and as soon as it's clear, the two exit and walk away. Kaneko picked up a certain scent and turned around. She sees Issei walking away, and Cinder who faces her and has a smug look in her face. Kaneko. Senpai, did she defile you? The others hear her mumble and turn around. They see the two turn the corner, and Ria's is the first to run after him. The others followed. Ria's. Issei. As soon as she touched him, he and Cinder shattered. Neo and Surziches are standing in front of her. Neo. No shouting and running in the hospital, redhead. Ria's. You. Surziches restrained her and everyone else too. Surziches. Go see Asia and her child now. They flinch and walk towards Asia's room. They enter. Irina ignores them and is blessing the child. Asia. Everyone, meet Aurora Argento Bale. Serg. Our daughter. They congratulate them. Asia is kept under observation as she's really weak. Serg stayed with her, and everyone else is sent back to their place in Mantle. Irina is currently preparing the baptism. Part 23. Confrontation and peace. Surziches and Neo send the 10 back to Mantle. They met Aurora, and it's enough. He's still angry about how they just ran after Issei when Asia is the top priority. He and Neo are currently eating ice cream together. Surziches. The ice cream here is on a whole different level. Neo. It really is. Hey, Issei told me that there are a lot of flavors in your universe. Surziches. Oh, you are in for a treat. Sometimes when I'm stressed out or bored at work, I go to the human world and buy so much ice cream, I share it with my son, but my wife tells me that I spoil him too much, while she secretly eat the ice cream herself. Neo. She's the ice cream queen. Surziches. That's my secret nickname for her, haha. Neo. Hahaha. Surziches. Honestly, when we get the chance, you and everyone else can come to the underworld and see the human world. Neo has stars in her eyes. Neo. I get to see the underworld. Surziches. Sure, you can join my family, and Issei will be there of course. Neo. He really means a lot to you and everyone. Surziches. Yes, he does. I had hoped that we could be my brother-in-law one day, but then you already know what happened. Neo. Issei helped me get over my anger and accept loss. To move on, he was like a big brother right from the start, and then I nearly lost him too. Surziches. Let's not talk about that. Issei wouldn't want us doing so. He's alive and recovering, that's what matters. He's a brother to us both, my wife and our son. Speaking of whom, he loves ice cream as much as you do. Neo. Does he like to mess with people like I do? Surziches. No, but I do. They both smirked. Neo. We are going to get along perfectly. Rafia, who is currently in the DxD verse with her son, and she has chills go up her spine. She just knows that life got a bit more annoying. Back in Remnant. Issei. So Cinder, I didn't know you were so bold. You sure know how to use your hands. Cinder. Well, I've become more open since you and I got to know each other. You're pretty good with that tongue. I wonder how far will it go down my throat. Issei. Let's find out. A French kiss and his tongue can reach all the way to the back of her mouth. They part with a string of saliva connecting them. Cinder. That was a unique experience. Issei. Same for me. Cinder. Finding love on top of being free, the world sure has changed. The Grimm are back. Issei. Yeah. Semblances, weapons, dust and magic, can't let people turn on each other, that's what the Grimm are for. A world with power needs a common enemy, otherwise it will destroy itself. Cinder. Still wish I had my powers though. Issei. You don't need them. You have your own power, so don't forget that. Issei was out flying after taking Cinder on a date and wondered where Office disappeared to. He can't sense her on Remnant or in the DxD verse, so he opened a portal to the dimensional gap. He poked his head through. Issei. Hey Office, are you my dragon gods? He sees her in her dragon form getting bucked by Great Red. He can see small shockwaves from the amount of thrusting. Issei. He slowly backed out and closed the portal. They didn't even notice him. Issei. I'm not gonna get that image out of my head anytime soon. He goes to a local bar and has a drink or two. Volley was already there, so the two started to talk. Volley. What happened this time? Issei downs his drink and looks at Volley. Issei. Great Red and Office are making a third dragon god. Volley. Bartender, we need the strongest drink you got. Bartender. Coming up. The two drink in silence for a bit until Volley spoke up. Volley. So Issei, the brother gods are currently meeting the gods in our universe. Issei. Hopefully they're alive. Volley. Me too, so listen, I'm thinking about showing our universe to Weiss. Issei. I've been planning on taking her team and others there too. They should see as much as they can. Volley. Cool. Issei. Introduce her to Lavinia, she'll love her. Volley. Buck you. Issei. I know you want to, but I don't swing that way. Volley. Damn you, Hiauto. Issei. I'm not a devil anymore, so hopefully I won't go to hell. Volley. Congrats on that. Kuroka is happy too. Issei. Thanks. Hey, you remember son? You met him a while back. Bali? Yeah. Issei. Please introduce him to Biku and Sun Wukong in our universe. Bali? Heh. They'll get along great so. How are you feeling? Issei. Better thanks. Sorry about kicking your ass even though you deserved it for threatening my family. Bali? Yeah. Issei. So where's your rival? Bali? Issei. Drake, are you hiding from him? Bali? Nope. He's Albion's rival. You're my rival. Issei. Oh, what brought about the sudden change of heart? Bali? Irina talked some sentimental sense into me, I have no idea how anyway. Why do you still wear the gauntlet? Issei. Sentimental reasons mostly. The other is payback. Bali? I see. Listen, you managed to find a way to release Drake from the gear. How did you do it? Issei has a smug look in his face, then acts nonchalant. Issei. I'm not telling. Bali glares at him with a twitching eye. Issei just laughs and they enjoy the moment. They paid for the drinks and leave. Greg shows up. Greg. There you two are. Any of you have seen Great Red? I want to continue my training with him. Issei. He's busy creating a third dragon god with office in the dimensional gap. Hahaha. Greg. They're doing it without me. Issei. What? Bali. I'm going to ask Weiss out on a date. See ya. Issei. Don't forget what we talked about. Bali. Yeah. He flies away. Greg. Talk about what? Issei. Taking the ones we know in Remnant to our universe. Blake should see Kyoto, she'll love it. Greg. True, go take her on a date partner. He flies away. Issei flies home and his landing wasn't perfect. Issei. I should lower my drinking. Kuroka. You should. He sees his girlfriend Kuroka standing in his doorway with a serious but sad look on her face. Issei. What's wrong? Kuroka. There's something I want to talk to you about. Issei. Let's talk inside. They go to his room and they sit down on his bed. Issei. What do you want to talk about? Kuroka. It's about Shirin. Issei. What about her? Kuroka. Issei, I also hate her for what she's done, but she's still my sister. I saw how miserable she is, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she deserves your forgiveness, but, Issei. She's one of the four that knew that Asia and I were a target. Damn right I'm not forgiving her. Kuroka. I'm not asking you to, I'm just asking if she can be let out of prison. I'll keep watch on her 24/7 and keep her away from you. She's still young and made a few big mistakes. She's completely torn up about it and she's so alone again. Please Issei, she's my. Issei. She's still your sister. Sigh. I do understand from your perspective. I did the same with Asia. I'll talk to Surziches. Kuroka kissed him on the cheek. Kuroka. Thanks love, it means a lot. Issei. Sure babe. He contacts Surziches, who is currently laughing with Neo. He talks about getting Kaneko out of the prison, but only her. Surziches reluctantly agreed. He stayed out of this because this is something Issei needs to do. It's time he confronted them. Issei had practiced his transformation and is currently in his human form, but still has claws, horns and scales. He wore his huntsman outfit along with his mask. He has a mission to kill Grim later. He puts on the gauntlet and wears his long coat and puts his hands in his pockets. He and Kuroka along with Blake upon her request to come to the Mantle prison. They enter, only Sarah and Asia aren't there as they are looking after their daughter. The 10 squint their eyes at the bright light and the 3 figures stand there. Kaneko recognized her sister's shadow, but not the other 2. They walked and reached her cell, which has Surzich's barrier around it. Kaneko. Sister. Kuroka. Hello, Shirin. I've come to get you out of here. Kaneko. Why? Blake. Don't question the good things. Issei touched the barrier and it started to crack, then fall apart, everyone except for Kuroka and Blake couldn't believe their eyes. This random guy just took down Surzich's barrier like it was nothing. Issei freed Kaneko and Shirin to her sister and hugs her. Kuroka. Let's go Shirin. Akeno. What about us? Blake. What about you? Akeno. Issei laughed and it scared Kaneko and everyone even more. They are looking at him like he's crazy. Issei. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Wow, I haven't laughed like that before. Oh, the look on your faces. Ha 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 ha. Kuroka. Blake, why don't you two go to someplace warmer and explain to Shirin here what's going to happen? Kuroka. Very well. Don't take too long now my lover. Blake. I would love it if we can eat sushi together, it's been a while, and you can try mine. He lifts his mask from the bottom and turned away from the traders. He pulled the 2 ladies towards him by putting his arms around their waists. He shared a kiss with both and they leave with Kaneko. Kuroka. Thanks for coming, it really kept me calm. Blake. I didn't do much sis. Blake gets a message from her team. They want her to meet up, Yang needs to tell her something. Blake. I wonder what they need. Kaneko. Kuroka. I'll handle it from here. Blake. Alright. Call us if there's any trouble. Kuroka. Sure. Blake leaves. Kuroka. Let's go Shirin. Kaneko. Okay. Back in the prison. Issei fixed his mask and turned towards the traders. Issei. It's been a while, but not enough, no amount of time ever will be. Zenobia. Anyone know who this guy is? Ravel. I don't recognize him. Saji. None of us do. Riaz. Who are you? Answer me. Issei held his 8 pawn pieces between his fingers. Issei. Penetrate. He threw the pieces like ninja throwing starts into Riaz, Akenos, Saji's, Zenovia's, Roswis's, Ravel's, Kiba's and Gasper's cells. He used his penetrate ability to bypass the barriers, and the pieces entered their cells. They cracked on impact when they hit the walls. They slowly looked at the pieces as they picked them up. Zenovia. I don't understand. Akeno. No. It can't be. Riser. What the hell is going on? What did you just throw? How did you bypass the barriers? Gasper. I'm scared. Ravel. It's a pawn piece. No, it can't be. Roswis. It's not true. Saji. Is he? He's can't. Kiba. There's no way. Who are you? Where's my brother? Riaz started to panic. Riaz. No. No, these are Issei's pawn pieces. Did you kill him? Where is my Issei? Where's the man I love? Issei. I didn't kill him, you did. She started banging and clawing on the barrier. Issei laughed a bit again and walked towards her cell. He placed his hand on the barrier and just clawed it. It shattered instantly. Riaz, however, didn't back away. She held the cell bars with a tight grip. He took his left hand out of his pocket. Everyone recognized that, but it lost its color. They sense no power from it. Their eyes widen as they fear that Issei truly is gone for good. Roswis. That's the boosted gear. Kiba. First the pieces. Asper. Now his gauntlet. Riaz. Answer me, what did you do with him? Who are you? Issei. Still don't get it. Ugh. Might as well leave then. He slowly starts walking away. Riaz. Get back here, we want to see Issei. Where is he? Why do you have his pieces and his gear? Tell me. Issei. Silence. They all freeze and don't mutter a single sound. Issei. Sigh, you are all too damn loud. You better learn to keep your voices down around Aurora. It will have a negative effect on her well-being. As kind as Asia is, she'll never forgive any of you for hurting her child. I'm not even related to her kid, but even I care about her. A small amount, but it's enough. Riaz. Sniff, how do you know about them? Issei. I know a lot. Gremory. He gave her the death glare, grabbed her by the neck and pulled her towards him. The sound of her body hitting metal is heard. Issei. I know you crossed a lot of lines because you wanted this. He lifts his left hand and shows the gauntlet. He lets go of her and she coughs. Issei. You can have it now, it's worthless, just like the attempt to save you from your marriage to that book. Riser. I can hear you. Issei. Oh, cry me a river of phoenix tears. Akeno. Please just tell us who you are. How do you know him? Riaz. Stop being an asshole and just tell us who you are. Do you enjoy seeing people suffer? Issei speaks as he removes his mask slowly. Issei. I did become a bit of a sadist thanks to Akeno, and I'm only an asshole to those deserve it. His mask is now halfway lifted upwards. Riaz. Sniff, please just tell us who you are. Issei. Sigh, I'm continuously disappointed in all of you. You did follow me here, President. He removed his mask slowly, but Riaz already recognized him when he called her President. Riaz. Issei, it's you. Issei. You're louder than ever before. Akeno. Issei. Is that really you? Kiba. You're alive. Issei. No thanks to you assholes. Ravel. You finally came to see us. Saji. Dude, it's been almost a year. Riser. Why did you make us think you're dead? Asper. Big brother. Zenovia. Do you know how much we missed you? Don't scare us like that. Roswis. Issei, we're so happy to see you. Riaz. Issei, my love, please get us out of here so we can be together again. Issei. Wow, none of you even heard me calling you guys assholes. And Riaz, you're acting completely like a obsessed psycho. You just need to hold a knife in your hand to look the part. Can't believe you guys are married to her now that I see it. I wasn't trying to save Riaz from Riser, it was actually the other way around, huh? Wasted my time and effort either way. Riser. What the buck? If that's the case, then why did you kick my ass? Issei. Cause you needed to be taken down a few levels. I guess I should have done it a bit more, but then you'd be dead. Roswis. Issei, can't we figure out a way to resolve this like civilized people? Issei. No need. I'm done fighting a senseless battle. I don't miss you in the slightest. I actually expected to feel something, but I only feel disappointment but also freedom. Riaz. Please don't leave us again, you're our true love, my precious pawn. Issei. I'm not your bucking pawn anymore. She flinched. Issei never spoke to her with so much venom. His eyes are no longer the gentle brown, they are now ferocious green. His long fangs are terrifying, they made vampire fangs look like baby teeth. His longer brown hair with a white streak, his still growing beard is another new feature. He grabbed the bars and bent them open and went into the cage. Issei. I'm not your pawn, never again. The proof is in your hand. He gestures towards the pieces. Issei. Now stay quiet, only speak when spoken to. Sigh, right. He exits her cell, bends the bars back in place and sits on a chair as he changes back to his regular size. Issei. I got a lot I want to say so I'm going to say it. I'm grateful for everything that you did for me. They suddenly have hope in their eyes. Issei. But. Hope just left the room. Issei. That doesn't mean I'll forgive you for what you did, you put me through pain that none of you have felt before. Riaz, Akeno, Kiba and Kaneko. You four knew that Rainer was targeting Asia and I. You needed only contact your brother who would have confirmed that Rainer and her crew were acting of their own. Could have taken them out and simply warned the two of us, a little proof of your true identity, and we would have helped if it meant staying alive, but I'm free now, from the gear, from the curse and from all. Of. You. It feels so good. So glad I'm out of this shitty group. Akeno. Issei, why are you being so cruel? He walks over to her cell. Issei. What's wrong Akeno? You always loved it when I brought the pain. Akeno. Not like this. Issei. You mean not on all of you? I'm not going to remind you of everything I did for you all. I'll just be wasting my breath. Zenobia. You're nothing like the Issei we knew anymore, he would never do this to us. Issei. I am what you all made me him. Enough of this shit, it's a waste of my time. I'd rather use it on going on a date my girlfriends. Riaz. You already replaced us in your heart. Issei. Replace you? Never. She looked up and smiles. Riaz. You still love us. Issei. PFT. No, hahaha. Why would I love you? Ravel. What? But you just said that you couldn't replace us. Issei. I thought you were smart Ravel, but clearly I was wrong. I'll explain, the places you held in my heart is gone, I have no love for you girls, no respect for the bucks here either. None of you mean anything to me, I renounced you all, my girlfriends have a place in my heart that belongs to them only Riaz, you let me die, let Asia die, very painfully might I add. I risked everything to protect you, you told me that you loved me, but clearly not enough to be loyal. I had to endure pain to save your spoiled ass Akeno I came to accept you as you were, but I'll never accept the woman you've become, you love to inflict pain and you broke my heart, you all did at the same time. Did it make you happy Akeno? Seeing me like that? Completely broken, begging for death. Akeno. No I couldn't never enjoy such a thing. Issei. Oh please, back in the locker room when you were taking the dragon's power, you said you wanted to see me writhing in pain. You had your fun but no more. I wonder if your dad is doing okay after finding out about you and this big marriage. Akeno. Please stop. Sniff. Issei. Pain isn't so good when you're the one feeling it. Kiba, we had each other's backs, ready to lay down our lives for each other, not only did you stab me in the back, but Tsubaki too I hope she's doing better now. Saji yup, Sona definitely hates you guts now, since you may or may not have bucked her best friend in peerage. Kiba. Saji. Riser. Issei that's enough we've been punished already we can't have kids or ever be intimate with anyone ever again. Issei. Riser office took it easy on you. She just saved so many men, women and kids. Riser. Issei. All of you probably know what I did to Salem she cursed her immortality and bows to me when she sees me. I can make you my bitch if I wanted Ravel. I appreciated the phoenix tear you gave me to save my life when Loki attacked thank you a part of me wishes that you shouldn't have if I had known this would be our relationship, maybe I'll ask Serziches to free you. But I can't be with someone who bucked her brother after saying she's in love with me. Ravel. I'm sorry. Issei. Gasper my not so precious junior I tried to make a man out of you. Toughen you up you made progress, but never did I imagine you would have the balls to become what you are now. A cross-dressing scared half-vampire that suddenly had the balls to buck my now former girlfriends, what would Valerie say if she knew? Asper started to cry. Issei. Zenobia him you just wanted strong kids I guess I was your preferred sperm donor, but you should have just been honest, you didn't have to lead me on like that. Zenobia. Sniff, but I wasn't I really do love you. Issei. Roswis our relationship should have just been as friends and allies I didn't do anything to make you fall for me, you chose to do what these girls did you made me fall for you too. Roswis. I'm sorry. Issei. Sigh wow it feels so good to finally let it all out, not giving a damn is far less stressful than I could have hoped. Riaz. You're not him. Issei. Riaz. You're not the Issei whom we know and love he would never say such cruel things to us you're not him you have the nerve to steal his identity. Kuroko loves him and you stole her from him cries. Issei. In a way, you're right. I'm not him and yet I am. Let me tell you something, Gremory, the old me is gone, you let Rainer kill me when I was human, you made me fall for you, and then killed me via heartbreak when I was a devil, in front of my friends and family. Yet here I am standing alive and well, still recovering from the burnout but happily alive. I'm still very much livid, but I'm going to focus on living my new life, my real life, not the one you once controlled I'm free from you for good. Riaz. Cries Issei, please don't leave us, we know we messed up, but we really do love you, it's been killing inside from the start, I've been trying to make you as happy as I can, and hope that you won't hate me for what I did when I finally told you the truth, but I fell for you. All of us girls did and we just wanted to be with you. Sniff. I'm begging you, we're begging you for your forgiveness, Issei. He ha 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 buck no, I'm not forgiving any of you. Do any of you know what it feels like to know that the one who brought you back from the brink of death was the cause of said death? Do you know what it felt like to get impaled by the light spears? No. How about taking in a part of one of the longinus? It made the light spears feel like nothing. I'm actually questioning my pain tolerance at this point. Ha 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 ha. But let's not get off track. Sigh, all of that hurt, but I endured it and did everything I could to keep you all safe. We got along, fell in love, respected each other, we had great times. But all that went out the window when you all betrayed me in my own bed in my own home after I welcomed you all with open arms. They silently cried. Issei. My parents saw you girls as their own, our families met each other and partied together. I left home and came here, thanks to office. I was slowly healing, then I found out about my reincarnation, then you followed me here at the worst time, and I nearly destroyed Remnant. You didn't just hurt me, you hurt everyone. You made my parents cry, my true lovers. They went through exactly what I did when Asia died in front of me. The pain I tried with all my might to spare them from. They are my friends whom I can call my actual family. Do you know how it feels to see them cry? No. It burns, it's like literal fire inside my heart to hide my true nature from them, to hide the truth. It always hurt me, but seeing them safe and blissfully unaware was one of the few things that kept me going. Then came the last straw, I couldn't do it anymore. They needed to know. They deserved to know I caused them pain, but it was necessary, even though I did a lot that would upset them. They still love me even in my current state. All of it started because you wanted this gear. Riaz, take it, it's all yours now. He held the gauntlet in front of her. Issei. Go on, take it, you've been after this from the start, take it. Riaz. Issei, we still love you too, we don't care what you look like, it's you whom we love, not the gear. Just name it, I'll do anything you want. I'm all yours. She tried to strip, but he stopped her. She tried to hug him, but her pushed back. It hurt to see him physically reject her. Issei. Cheating on all your husbands and wives right in front of them. Wow, your standard bar is so low that it's a tripping hazard in hell, yet here you are playing limbo. Ha 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 ha. Don't you get it, Riaz? What you and the others did for me doesn't excuse what you did to me. There were times when you guys saved my life, but I did that too. We're even in that regard. To me, it's been 2 years since I last saw you guys. I've changed a lot in every way, but you still look the same. He opened her cell and entered. She backed away and is against the wall. He stood in front of her. Bekeno. Don't hurt her, hurt us instead. Riser. Take it out on me. Issei. If I wanted to hurt anyone here I would have done so already. While I almost came to see you idiots, but as to the reason I don't know. I'm so glad Volley stopped me, then I almost made the same mistake again. Irina stopped me that time. I got to see Asia become a mother. Aurora has a very caring mom. Serg, even though I lost my respect I had for him, I know he'll try his best to be a good dad. The rest of you aren't father material. Riser. Issei, please, enough. He looks back towards Riser, then Riaz. He grabs her by the arm and takes her outside. He opens Riser's cell and tosses her in with him. He closed the cell doors. Issei. You two deserve each other. He takes out his phone, he opens his playlist, and there's just one song. He gets a call on his scroll. Issei. Hello, Agent Ark. John. Hey Issei, there's a few new Grim that have been sighted near the mines. We could use your help containing them, as Isil wants to study them. I'm sending you the location. Issei. I see the O5 member wants to study them. On my way. Atlasian Dragon out. End call. Bekeno. Atlasian Dragon. Issei. Yeah, I have a few nicknames. I have to go on a mission. There's one song I want you all to hear and a video clip in the gallery. He tossed the phone to Riser. Issei. I don't need it anymore, just like you don't need me, nor do I need you. Take care of each other, and if anything happens to Aurora and Asia, then I'll finish what Kakabiel started. Know this, I don't just have the powers of the gear, I have magic from this universe and dust crystals. I can also use all the powers Albion can. Not only do I have Drake's unique flames, but I also have Albion's venom, half dimension and divine dividing. In fact, I've even combined the two. I can basically inject venom that will burn your body and your soul. You can ask the god of darkness. I injected very little venom and he barely survived. You certainly want Riaz. Riaz? What? Issei. Remember our first kiss? Riaz. Sniff ya. Issei. Turns out Irina took my first kiss when we were kids. Riaz burst into tears. Issei. Goodbye everyone. Ravel. Don't leave us. Asper. Big brother, wait. Roswis. Please. Zenobia. We're begging you, please give us another chance. Issei made a few hand signs and blew mist out of his mouth. The whole prison is filled with it. They can only see his figure and fierce glowing green eyes. The prison is cold as silent. Issei walks out the door and closed it. The mist slowly disappeared and the whole atmosphere is depressing. Ravel. He's gone. Riser plays the song first. They all cried and after what felt like hours, Riser hugged Riaz because he does care about her. They stopped crying eventually. Riaz opened the gallery and found only one video. No thumbnail. She found none of the photos and videos he had of everyone together. Only one video clip. Riaz. He deleted all the memories we made together. She plays the video. The sound of the gunshot scared her and she dropped the phone. Issei just rickrolled them. She goes numb and just lays there. Tiba. He's changed. Saji. Completely, he's never been so cruel. Roswis. There's hardly anything left of the old him. Bekeno. And we did that to him were the reasons he changed so much. Zenobia. He's gotten a bit older, the beard does make him look handsome. She started to silently cry. Riaz. Guys, I want a divorce. Everyone is silent. Issei flies straight up and then towards the location. On his way there, he's smiling as he feels free from them. He sees Blake and Weiss riding on Yang's bike. Ruby and Yang are flying next to them. He moves in closer and flies next to them. Issei. John called you for too. Weiss. Nope, just wanted to tag along for old time's sake. Issei. Cool, so Yang, I'm assuming Blake rides your bike now since she can't fly. Yang. Yeah. Blake. I'm Bumblebee's new owner. Yang. Take care of her for me. Blake. You know I will. This is so much fun. Issei. Hahaha. Ruby. What's making you laugh? Issei. I've never rode a bike before. Yang. What? Blake. I'll show you how later. Issei. Thanks. Hey, Weiss, did Volley ask you out yet? Weiss. Yeah, we have a date tomorrow. Ruby. Way to go, Weiss. Blake. Nice. Yang. He better treat you right. Issei. Or you're gonna be looking for a new boyfriend while he looks for a place to bury his ass after I kick it. Weiss. Oh. Thanks everyone. They reach the dust mines and Azazel's they're waiting for them. Issei. 051. We're here. Azazel. Ha 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 ha, I see what you did there, we discovered a new type of Grim. Issei. rwby. They see the Grim emerge from the mines. One's a wolf, an owl, a panther and a raptor. There's dust crystal armor on their heads, chest and limbs, but they are empty. Issei. The brother gods took some inspiration from our universe. We have a wolf, a snow owl, a panther and a raptor. Azazel. I really wanted you to see this, hahaha. Weiss. That owl is so beautiful. Ruby. That raptor is so badass. Blake. That's one big cat. Magnificent. Yang. That wolf is so cool, I want to keep him as a pet and a companion for his way. Issei, we got this. Issei. Alright, go for it ladies. They approach the Grim and the Grim move in. Yang and Ruby let out a growl. The wolf and the raptor back up a bit but are still hostile. Issei once again used hand signs and slammed his hand on the ground. Issei. Earth-style stone prison. Rocks emerged and trapped the Grim, only their heads aren't frozen. Azazel. Hey 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 hey. Issei. Grim captured. I honestly expected a horde of them, but we only got these 4. Ruby. Still they are so cool. Weiss. Don't take them away just yet, there's something unique about them other the obvious. Azazel. Do tell. Blake. Bear with us. Issei and Azazel watch what the girls are doing. Azazel takes out his flask full Atlas whiskey and shares it with Issei. The girls move closer to the Grim. Weiss walked towards the owl, Blake to the panther, Ruby towards the raptor, and Yang towards the wolf. Blake and the panther just look into each other's eyes or there's a silent conversation. The owl looks at Weiss and slowly bows its head, she does the same, and there's a unique bond. The raptor and wolf are showing more hostility. Yang and Ruby released a low-level dragon roar and scared the two into submission. The panther and owl freak out a bit, but Blake and Weiss calm them down. The girls place their hands on the heads of their respective Grim and there's a connection made. Instinctively they activated their auras and the Grim took on their colors. Issei and Azazel couldn't believe their eyes. New Grim have been tamed immediately. My team rwby. Issei undid the stone prison and the Grim are free. Issei. You just turned then into your familiars. Azazel is scribbling in his notes. Ruby. I'm naming my familiar Dino. Weiss. Hedwig, the black snow owl. I love it. Blake. T'Challa, the black panther. Yang. Can I name mine Fenrir? Issei. If you want, but Volley already keeps the real one as his pet, you can take the name Skull, since the original is dead. Yang. Skull it is. Azazel. But my research. Issei. There's plenty of Grim out there. These 4 were meant to be with Team rwby. I wonder if I can do what you 4 just did. Azazel. Let's go Grim hunting. Azazel. Into the mines we go, but before we do, girls, take these teleportation gems, just think of the place you want to go, and a portal will open. He hands each of them a gem, they take it. Blake. Thank you. Ruby. Let's go show everyone our new pets. Yang. Hopes Wei doesn't freak out. Blake. You mean to say that he hopefully doesn't tear them apart like the Grim he and Dr. Oblick did on our mission when we were in Beacon? Yang. Precisely. Azazel and Issei go into the mines and find just regular Grim. Issei captured them all, and Azazel took them to the Grigori for study. Issei calls John and tells him that the mission is accomplished. RWBY goes around and showing everyone their new pets. Weiss went to Winter and shows her the owl. The owl bows to Winter. She bows her head in mutual respect. Winter. Amazing, I've never seen a Grim show such grace. Weiss. The brother gods are giving them intelligence, they can be our allies now. Winter. It's clearly possible. The owl flies and sits on Winter's arm. They both pet it. Yang finds Volley. Yang. Volley, can you summon Fenrir? Volley sees the pet Grim wolf she has. Volley. Okay. He summoned Fenrir at his max size. The giant wolf meets the tiny one, they stare each other down. Fenrir lowers his head and is inches away from Skoll. Skoll bonks Fenrir's nose with his own. Fenrir lifts his head and shrinks down to Skoll's size. They sit together and that's it. Volley. What just happened? Yang. No clue, but I think they are friends now, you should get ready for your date soon. Volley. Yeah, okay. Yang takes Skoll to Patch where Ruby is already waiting for her, along with Tai, Crow and Raven. Zwei is currently chasing the raptor for fun. He sees Skoll and runs after him. Skoll plays along. It's a game of tag between the beasts. Raven. Did you find any Grim like that for us? Yang. Not yet. These two are among the first 4 that appeared. Crow. You'll probably get a canary Grim, hahaha. Raven. GGRRRR. Tai. Oh Raven, won't you sing us a happy song? Raven. Damn it, Tai. Crow. Yeah, canary, sing a song for us. She takes out her sword and the twins clash. Crow used magic to shield himself. Ruby. Since when can you use magic? Crow. I asked the gods to exchange my semblance for magic. It's a small price to pay. No more bad luck semblance and I can be around people again. Tai. That explains how nothing bad happened since you've been here. Ruby. Don't jinx it, Dad. Crow. It's fine, Petal. Since everyone is here, Ruby. There's something we want to show you. Raven puts her sword away and has a smile on her face. Ruby. What is it? Tai. Come inside. They enter the house and there's a box on the dining room table. Ruby opened it and there's a white cape in it and a golden scarf. Yang's and Ruby's eyes widened. Ruby. This is Mom's cape. Tai. Yes. It belonged to her and we want you to have it, Yang. That golden scarf is for you. She knitted that for you before Ruby was born. Ruby and Yang cry a few tears of joy. Zwei and the pet Grim come into the house and comfort them, as do Tai, Raven and Crow. Ruby takes off her red cape and puts in the white one. Yang wears the golden scarf. Tai, Crow and Raven can't help but think that Summer is standing right in front of them. Yang. You look just like her, Ruby sniff. Tai and Crow get a bit emotional. Raven stepped outside and cried a little. She ran almost all the way to the cliff. They all went after her and couldn't bear to see her cry. They pulled her into a group hug and they felt like a real family. Raven. Sniff everyone, I'm going to use it my one change to talk to Summer. We can see her together. Tai. Are you sure? Raven. I am. She speaks the chant and their eyes widened when Summer Rose appeared before them. Summer. Huh. Where am I? Ruby. Mom. Summer looks at Ruby. She can't believe it, right in front of her is her family. She has tears welling up in her eyes and as do they. They immediately hug her. Summer. Words can't describe how happy I am to see you. Yang. Same here. Summer. Yang, Ruby, you two have grown up so much. Sniff Raven, Crow, Tai, everyone is together just like I hoped you would be. Yang, you're wearing the scarf I made for you when you were so little. Ruby, you look just like me. Tai, Crow, Raven, you guys haven't changed much at all. I'm just so happy to see you all here together. Sniff. Tai. Now you're here too, but for a short time we couldn't bring you back for real. Summer. It's okay, how am I here? Crow. A lot has happened. Short stack. We beat Salem with the help of a very good friend, he helped unite Remnant and we won. Salem is gone for good and the gods gave everyone a chance to see their loved ones again, but only once. Raven used her chance so we can see you again. Raven looks at Summer and continues to weep. Raven. Summer, I'm so sorry I couldn't save you from Salem. Sniff, if I had gotten there sooner, then you wouldn't have been turned into her test subject and I killed. Summer wipes her tears away and smiles. Summer. It's okay, Raven, you did save me. You didn't kill me, you freed me and stopped Salem from using me to hurt those closest to me. Don't carry the guilt, discard it because I'm at peace, you're all together and I'm happy. Tell me what I missed. Yang. There's so much we want to tell you. Ruby is our team leader, she and I along with 4 other women, fell in love with the same guy who is from another universe. Summer. Giggles, you still have an active imagination. Yang. Yang. We can prove it. Ruby. Yang shows off her balance breaker and Ruby turned into a dragon. Yang made her armor disappear and shows off her partial dragon transformation. Summer believes them now. Summer. How? They changed back to normal. Ruby. Like she said, Issei is from another dimension and he's a dragon, we accidentally took of his immense power and now have dragon powers. There's so much we want to tell you mom. Summer. Then tell me about this Issei fellow, do you two really love him? Ruby. With all our hearts and he loves us too. He's truly one of a kind and we can't help but fall in love with him. They show her photos of their team, Issei, friends etc. Crow. These two are among the youngest to graduate early. Raven. It's true. These two really did take after their parents. Crow exchanged his semblance for magic, so now no more bad luck. Tai was pretty badass when we went all out against the Grim Army. Tai. Oh. Raven. Just wish he was that version all the time. Tai. Oh go sing a happy song. BTW Summer, Issei shared a song that describes Raven here perfectly. Raven. Shut it. Summer. Ha 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 dot. So much has happened, it's been quite a while. You two have grown up so much and already dating the man of your dreams, have superpowers. Beat Salem. I'm so happy to see that it was worth it. I wish I could meet your boyfriend. Maybe you can record a message for him. Yang takes out her scroll and presses record. Summer. Hello Issei, I'm Summer Rose. Ruby's and Yang's mother, they told quite a bit about you. Listen, take care of my little girls and do right by them, and I know that they'll do right by you. Love each other through the good and bad as you've already been doing. I wish I could have met you in person, but I'm on borrowed time. I'm happy to call you my son-in-law. Take care. End video. Summer. Wow, this is a lot to take in. Salem is gone, Remnant is united, and new universe. I wish I could have been there. Crow. Tai, myself, Ruby and Yang can still use their chances, but they too would last a short time. I wish you could stay longer. You would have loved to see these two grow up and become two legendary level huntresses. You never got to meet Sway. Sway shows up and Summer gives him a belly rub. Summer. He's adorable, I love him already. Yang. There's one thing we recently found out, Salem is a common ancestor to 4 families, the Calavera family, Yatsuhashi family, Arc family and the Xiaolong family. Summer. The surprises never stop. Enough about all that. Can we get a group photo together? Ruby takes out her scroll and takes a family photo, it's hard to tell her apart from her mother. As soon as they take the photo, Summer slowly starts to fade. Summer. Looks like my time has come again. They all started to cry again. They immediately hugged her and cried. Raven. There has to be a way for you to come back. Sniff. There has to be. Summer. Raven, it's okay. You'll be okay, all of you will. You made it this far without me, continue to live your lives. Die. Crow. Raven. Let's let Ruby and Yang have a moment with their mother. They nod and reluctantly let go of Summer and back away. Yang and Ruby did not. Ruby. Mom. Sniff. Summer. Yes sweetie. Ruby. I can sometimes smell the cookies you used to bake. Summer. You remember? You were so little. Ruby. I remembered. Dad, Uncle Crow and Aunt Raven told me a lot about you. I hope I become just like you one day. Summer. Ruby. You became so much more and will go even beyond. You both will. Yang. Sniff. It's never been the same without you mom. Listen, when Ruby and I get married to Issei, we'll use our chances to bring you back. Same for when we have kids, we want you to see them and maybe even name them Sniff. Ruby. What she said. We need you mom. After finally getting to hear about you from everyone, I got to know my mother. I saw you in my dreams but when every time I opened my eyes, you weren't there. When I open my eyes again, will you be there this time? Summer. I'm here now. You don't have to cry anymore. Yang. How could we not? We miss you, we love you, you're our mother, we missed you every single second since we lost you. You went through gods know how much pain when Salem captured you. Summer. Yang. Ruby. You sweet little dragons, I'm so proud of you both. I'm truly blessed to have had you all in my life. I've completed a lot of missions, but being your mother, being a part of this family was the biggest blessing I ever had. The two sisters start to cry. TRQ also shed a few tears. Summer. Everyone, enjoy the time you have together, eat cookies together and be happy. I'll be right by your side, watching over you even if you can't see me. Sniff. So. Team STRQ, as your leader, it's my final order that you continue to live your lives to the fullest, do your best to smile and be there for each other, and as for you too. Summer. Look after each other, marry Issei and be one big happy family. I love you all and I missed you all to no end. You've got it all. You lost your mind in the sound, there's so much more. You can reclaim your crown, you're in control, rid of the monsters inside your head, put all your faults to bed, you can be happy again. She slowly started to fade and she slowly lets go while crying but still smiling. She started walking towards the cliff as she faded, the others followed her into the trees and almost reached her as she cleared the tree line. Ruby used her speed as she sees light. Summer is fading away faster and faster. Ruby. Mom. She reached out to her and Summer did the same. As soon as they touched, Summer disappeared with a smile. Ruby zips right through the trees and comes to a small clearing. The others get to her and they see that they reach the cliff. Near the edge they see Summer's grave. They walk towards it, Ruby looks at her cape, Yang looks at her scarf, they kneel at the grave. They truly can't hold it in anymore. Ruby. No. 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 Yang. Ah. Raven. Sumir. Tai. Wei. Crow. Ah. They all cried till their throats hurt, their lungs gasping for air, but needed this. This gave them so much closure and inner peace. They mourn her loss together and support each other. In menagerie. Lake shows Kuroka and her parents her new pet, Kaneko is there too, and they all have questions, the entire village does soon as they see it. Holly. Blake sweetie what is that? Blake. My new pet Grim, Chala here is one of the 4 that look like regular animals, but they are different. They have this crystal armor around them and like the dust that Issei created, you can pour your aura into in, and they bond with you. This big cat took on a purple color, the same as my aura. Issei called it a familiar. Ira. A familiar. Kaneko. Like the sir. She summoned Shiro, her white kitten familiar. As soon as her familiar saw Blake's, it was afraid. Kuroka. Are there others? Blake. 3 more, a wolf, an owl and a creature Issei called a dinosaur. Yang bonded with the wolf and named it Skull, Weiss has the owl which she named Hedwig, and Dino the raptor is with Ruby. Kaneko. Issei told you about our world more than I thought. Chala walked towards Kaneko, and she protected her familiar. Chala wanted to meet the little white kitten, and shows no hostility, her familiar was freaking out, so she undid the summoning. Chala looked towards Kaneko and snarled. Blake. Don't. Chala backed away after growling at Kaneko. Blake. Sorry about that. Kaneko. It's fine. Kuroka went in to pet the Grim, and he accepted her affection, she could almost hear it purr as it returned her affection. It was friendly towards Blake's parents too. Blake. Chala, stay with them. The panther nodded and it walked along with her parents. Blake. Kuroka I need your help. Kuroka. What's up? Blake. I want to go on a date with him and I want to look good, he's always well dressed for our dates, so I want to make his jaw drop when he sees me. Kaneko. I can help. Kuroka. Shirin. Blake. How so? Kaneko. I've seen the way he used to look at Riaz and the others when they wore elegant dresses, I never got such a reaction, but you too can. He's no longer a pervert, so nothing revealing is needed to get his attention, I can help you pick something good. Kuroka. You better not be up to something. Kaneko. Chala can claw at me if you think I deceived you. I hurt him a lot I can't be with him, but that doesn't mean he can't be with anyone else I want to see him happy again. Blake. Kuroka what do you say? Kuroka. You can go shopping with us. Don't cause any trouble. It was hard getting you out of prison. Kaneko. Thanks. They go shopping together, Kaneko picked out the perfect dress, even Coco would approve. Blake later texted Issei, and they plan to go ball dancing. Blake. Okay it's done. I hope he likes it. Kuroka. He will cause it's you that's wearing the dress. Blake. Thanks. Wow I'm kind of nervous. Kuroka. Relax. You'll be fine. Kaneko. There's no doubt. Blake. Sigh you're right. I'm just overthinking it. Thanks you too. They nod and go get lunch. Night time. Bali earned some cash by helping around any way he could so he could pay for the date. He and Weiss are having dinner and getting to know each other, but he felt like he was being watched. Out of the corner of his vision he saw Winter watching him like hawk. He nearly choked on his food. Weiss. Are you alright? Bali. Why. Yes. Thank you. He looks around and sees Grafia in disguise, she's glaring at him and that's not all. There's another woman sitting with her, he starts sweating nervously as he recognized her. It's Lavinia she smiles at him and his hands tremble. The people are slowly leaving. Weiss. You're nervous. Something on your mind. Bali. No, it's just. Weiss. It's just what? Albion. You took on Issei in his enraged state and you're nervous over this. Bali. Fighting comes naturally, dating does not especially with her sister, Grafia and Lavinia watching us. Weiss. Bali. What? Weiss. You okay? You zoned out. Bali. Sorry it's just that I've never been on a date before this is my first date. Weiss. It's also mine. Bali suddenly feels much more relaxed. Weiss calls for the waiter and while she orders dessert, a red light shines into Vali's eye, he turned his head and sees a sniper rifle protruding from under the table where Winter is seated. Winter. Hold fire Whitley. Whitley is the one holding the rifle. Whitley. Yes general, should have had the bullets blessed just in case. Weiss snaps her fingers and several Grim are summoned. They surrounded those watching them. Weiss. Care to explain why all of you are watching us? Bali smiles as her training with the Ace Ops has kept her alert. Bali. Glad I'm not the only one who noticed. Weiss. Whitley, give me the rifle you're too young to handle it. Whitley. But I like the rifle. Weiss. Give it. Whitley. Fine. He handed her the rifle. She sees Grafia and her acquaintance. Weiss. And who are you? Lavinia. I'm Lavinia Renai, I'm Vali's older sister by bond. Winter. I'm Winter Schnee, Weiss's elder sister. This is Whitley, our little brother and a trigger-happy one at that. Whitley. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Renai. Lavinia hugs him and his face is in her chest, she spins as she laughs. He can't breathe. Lavinia. A little brother. Ollie. For the love of give him some air, woman. She stops spinning and lets go of him, he gasps, and his face is red. Lavinia. Oh my Whitley, I'm so sorry. She holds him in the same position again and he's starting to pass out. Grafia bonked her on the head and separated the two. Ollie. Whitley, are you alright? He's gasping for air but has a smile on his blushing face. He gives a thumbs up. Lavinia. I'm so sorry, I can't help it when I see Volley making new friends and finally go out on a date. Ollie. You've never been on a date either. Lavinia. What was that? He gives him a sinister smile and the restaurant is starting to freeze. Ollie. And nothing. The temperature is back to normal. Lavinia. That's what I thought. Weiss. Everyone please just give us some privacy. Grafia. We're just making sure he doesn't try anything. Ollie. Oh, just plant a bomb in my neck, if I ever hurt her then you can blow my head off. Winter. That can be arranged. Winter takes out a large injector with a small explosive capsule in its chamber. Ollie. I was kidding. Winter. Didn't know you could. Weiss. That's it, Volley balance breakers. They leave the cash on the table. They don their balance breakers and fly away. They land far away and their armors disappeared. They looked at each other and laughed. Weiss. Ha 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 ha, I'm so sorry about them. Ha ha ha. Ollie. They're just looking out for you. L ha ha ha, so don't be. They look at each other and slowly get closer, they then share a kiss. Weiss. That was my first kiss. Ollie. As it was mine. Weiss. It was pretty good. Ollie. Likewise, do you think it was okay to leave your brother with Lavinia? Weiss. Yeah, he'll be fine. She's quite affectionate. Ollie. Overly so. Weiss. Reminds me of Penny. We should introduce them to each other. Ollie. Lavinia might actually leave us alone for a bit. Their personalities are very similar. Weiss. Then the end justifies the means. Ollie. You are quite resourceful. Weiss. Volley Lucifer, you have no idea. CHME are currently finishing their shift and Emerald goes to the bathroom, she takes a bit of time and they all take notice. Mercury knocks on the door. Mercury. You okay in there? She opens the door and hands him a pregnancy test. He looks at it and his eyes nearly pop out of his skull. She sits in a booth and there's suspense the atmosphere. Mercury follows her and holds the test, they all see it and jaws drop. Mercury. 2 lines, you're pregnant. Emerald. Yup. Hazel. Congratulations. Neo and Cinder look at each other then back to the couple. Cinder. So we all share Hazel's feelings of confusion, our reaction depends on yours. Neo. Are you guys happy about this or? Mercury. Emerald. Sigh, we're gonna be parents. All of them were startled, but the smile on her face and the tears in her eyes are all the proof they need to feel happy for them. Mercury held her in her arms and rejoiced. Hazel. Congratulations. Neo. Congrats. Cinder. I'm happy for you too. They celebrate. Cinder looks at Neo with a smug face, Neo pays her the 50 lean. Next morning, Mercury got books about childcare and raising children. The next night, Issei teleports to Menagerie and is well dressed, he's taking her to a special place he saw in Vacuo. He's outside her house with 2 bouquets of flowers and knocks on the door. Kuroka opens it and brings him inside. Kuroka. She's getting ready. Issei. I can wait, one of these is for you. Kuroka. Aren't you a romantic? She takes the flowers and kissed him. Issei. So how's life here? Did you meet Chala? Kuroka. Yeah, he's pretty cool, some of the people here are learning sage magic. They are making progress, and Shirin is also. Issei. Is she adjusting here? Kuroka. Slowly, she's still haunted by the guilt but still helped Blake and I with shopping for the date. She does miss you. Issei. Kuroka, I'm not that forgiving naive fool anymore. I'm happy that she's adjusting, but it's going to be a long time till we're on good terms again. Haneko was in the other room and she walks in. Haneko. Issei. Issei. Kaneko. Haneko. Thank you for getting me out of prison. Issei. Thank your sister and Surziches. Haneko. It wouldn't have happened without you, so still thank you. Issei. Sure. Blake. I'm coming down. Kuroka. Wait. She ran up the stairs and took the flowers Issei got for Blake with her. She gave her the flowers and told her to come downstairs slowly. She then ran down. Issei. What was that all about? Chala walks down the stairs and Blake follows. Issei looks at her and his jaw dropped just as they hoped it would. Blake. How do I look? This is what Issei sees. Issei. Oh my dragon gods, you look so elegant. She blushed and her smile was plastered on her face. Issei. Shall we? Blake. Yes, we shall. They interlock their arms and exit, he opened a portal and they go ball dancing in Vacuo. Kuroka. You were right, his jaw dropped. Hineko. Yes, if you'll never look at me that way. Hiroka hugs her. Hiroka. I don't know what to say to make you feel better. Hineko. It's okay, this is my penance. To see him being happy without me. Hiroka. You've made mistakes, as have I. We can only own up to them and move forward. Hineko. I guess. And Vacuo. The two dance in each other's arms. Sun and his team are there too, hitting on different women and getting rejected. They see the couple dancing, the smile on their faces is clear for all to see. People recognized Issei and let the two have their own spot on the dance floor. Neptune saw someone wearing a white mask and some light reflected off of his hand. Someone wants to attack them, Neptune nudged his teammates and they go stealth mode. Issei can sense the intent to kill, he covers Blake using his large wings and obscured her view. She just thought that he was just embracing her further. The assailant moved in and his tail whipped by Issei, he's airborne and Team SSSN captured him without making a sound. Sun gives Issei a nod who returned it. SSSN left the ballroom with the attacker and finds out that he's one of the few that attacked Beacon. He's now in jail. Issei and Blake dance the night away, she always wanted to do something like this. They are on the rooftop and can't let go of each other. Blake. I love you. Issei. And I love you. They share a kiss under the moonlight. He later took her home before it got late and as soon as they did, Gira was waiting there. Gira. Perfect timing, you two. Blake. Dad, this isn't high school, I'm an adult now and I can stay out late. Gira. You're still my little girl, adult or not. Issei. That's my cue to leave, hope you had fun. Blake. More than enough. They go in for a kiss. Gira. Ahem ahem. Holly appears behind him and covers his eyes. The two share a quick kiss. Issei. Good night, Blake. Blake. Good night, Issei. Gira removed his wife's hands and sees that Issei is gone. Blake is blushing and is biting her lower lip. Holly. I'm betting on having little dragon kittens very soon. Gira. He better put a ring on her finger first. Hiroka is in another room and laughs. Blake is now completely red from imagining herself marrying Issei, their honeymoon with the other girls possibly joining them sharing the same bed. And husband, she's getting a lot of steamy ideas and a small nosebleed. Gira and Kali are a little worried about what's going through her head and leave her be as she stumbles to her room. Hiroka follows her into her room and they start talking. Kaneko was alone, crying and accepting that Issei is no longer in love with her and can't blame him. The next day, Issei met up with Surziches. Surziches? What's new today? Issei. I've finally confronted them and I'm finally at peace. Surziches. I'm happy for you, Issei. Issei. Thank you. You know I don't really care what you do to them from now on, let them stay married, set them free or whatever. Surziches. Didn't expect that. Issei. I'm full of surprises. I do request that you let Asia stay married to only Serg and maybe let Ravel be free, but it's your choice. Surziches. I'll think about it. We're sending them back in 2 days. Issei. Cool. So, I've been thinking about taking the girls to our universe. Surziches. Do tell. They start talking about taking the girls to the DxD verse. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.